Last year, I tried changing my life but failed over and over again. Then I found a simple approach for resetting my life. Since I've started using it, it allows me to focus 10 hours a day. Today, I'm showing you how to use this framework inside Obsidian so you can turn 2025 into your best year yet. We'll walk through a 5-step roadmap to resetting your life. You'll design a new identity, set up a better environment, confront your anti-vision, plan for obstacles, and design a short sprint to spark your progress. First, if you don't have Obsidian installed, go to Obsidian MD and download it for your platform. It's free. Then click the link in the description and download the free template that I'm attaching there. It contains the Obsidian Vault with the exercise. After unzipping the folder with the vault, open Obsidian and select Open Folder as a Vault and select the unzipped file. This will pull up the framework. Trust the author and enable plugins. You will have 2 plugins, calendar and periodic notes. And before we start, go to templates and select template folder location to Phoenix Framework templates. This will allow us to use the templates in our notes. And you should be good to go. Let's reset our lives together right now. First, let's start with the identity design. This is a template, so we need to complete it, but let's create a new folder where we will store our answers. So here, a new folder, let's call it my reset, and add here a new note. Let's call it 01 my identity design, and insert the template, Command P, insert template and identity design. So in this phase, we need to do 2 things. We need to define our current identity, so who we are right now, and our main limiting behaviors. Desired identity, so who we want to become and what we need to do to become that person. Here, 1-2 sentences about our current state and who we want to become. I completed it, so I will write my answers here, but feel free to pause this and think for yourself. So I'm a person who struggles to focus on one goal for an extended period of time, 6-12 months in face of challenges. So this is my problem. The main limiting behaviors that I have, that I was able to detect: jumping to another thing when problems arise. Second, no consistent routine makes the habits hard to build. And the third, environment that is not set up for success. So I believe these 3 behaviors contributed the most to the current state, which is I'm just jumping to another thing and not being able to focus for 6-12 months on one goal. All right, now that we have defined our current identity, so the one that we want to change, now we have to define also the desired identity, because we want to know what we have to strive for. So here we need to complete this sentence, I am someone who, and focus on actions, not abstract qualities here. And then list 3 daily actions that would prove this identity. So what would have to happen on a daily basis to become this person? So my sentence is, I'm someone who can focus for extended periods of time and build their online business and presence on social media daily. And to achieve this, I need these 3 daily actions. Action 1, waking up early and working before my 9 to 5, because I found it to be the only time during the day that I could focus consistently. Action 2, deep work sessions without distractions and sticking to the set out plan. And 3, planning the next day before going to bed, before 9 p.m., because it makes it possible to head start the next day of work. I believe that I achieve these 3 actions daily, I will be able to become this person that is described here. The third essential step in identity design is to define your non-negotiable traits that you will strive for. This will help you achieve the desired identity. Think about how this trait shows up in your daily life. So here I had an example of waking up early to do deep work. For each trait, you should define specific action, time when you are achieving this trait, success metric, and tracking method. So you can track if you are on the right path to achieving the traits of your desired identity. Here are the traits that I defined. So first was resilience, consistency. The specific action connected to it is I work on social media presence no matter the metrics, because previously I found myself checking on metrics too much. Time location is daily work before my 9 to 5 work. Success metric is did I live stream how I work today? And tracking method, Did I live stream how I work for 6 months straight? The second trait, I'm an AI savvy developer. So specific action is improving my AI coding workflow while working on the side project that I have. Time location is during my daily live streams, at least 2 times a week. Success metrics, did I commit a chunk of progress this week? And tracking method is GitHub commits. So pretty easy to track. And the first trait is I wake up early to do work. So specific action is wake up early and immediately get to work. Time location is before 7 a.m. Success metric is did I start the work before 7 a.m. And tracking method is live stream start time. So these are my non-negotiable traits that I want to achieve. The second phase is environment audit. So just like before, let's create a new node and let's insert the template. So here, depending on your needs, whether you need to change your physical or digital environment, fill out the template and give yourself the score for your environment. For me, the most important part is about physical environment setup, because if I do everything well in my physical environment, then it's easy for me to start the work and become focused. My morning setup checklist starts with bedroom. This is where I wake up, so I want to make sure from the beginning I follow the plan. So first make bed, change clothes, open curtains. So this is designing a routine. Location 2, then I go to bathroom, I go pee, wash my face, and go to kitchen where I leave my phone. Make sure I know other people that I'm about to work and need to focus so they don't distract me. And then I immediately go to working room. And then of course I start the work. The second most important thing for me is evening reset. And I need to do 2 actions. So first is complete daily journal to just summarize my day. And the second is plan the next day to set up myself for success. And public accountability is, am I streaming my work? And do I have anyone to check in with? For me, these are the people on the live stream. The third phase is defining the anti-vision. We need to know what are the consequences of not becoming the person we want to be. And this is what the anti-vision helps you to define. Anti-vision needs to be negative, but it needs to push us in the right direction. When looking at our anti-vision, we need to feel the pain associated with not becoming the person that we want to become. So let's complete the template. First, we need to define 6-month consequences that will happen if we don't achieve our goals. Pick one area that feels most important to you. For me, this is career and income, because this is the area that I want to improve the most. So I will specifically think about this one area. So first, we need to define a specific outcome that will happen if we don't change. For me, it is still relying 100% on my 9-to-5 job that I could lose anytime. This gives me anxiousness and motivates me to work every day. Then we need to define missed opportunity that we will lose when not following through on our resolutions. For me, this is being unable to build leverage via social media and starting over probably again in 6 to 12 months, because I always come back to this idea. The third one is concrete impact. For me is I might be unable to pay mortgage if I get laid off from my 9-to-5. So in the second step, let's dive in more into missed opportunities. Think about what will be the big thing that you will miss out on if you don't strive towards your goals. For me, this is definitely losing out on the AI revolution that is going on, not learning enough, not producing content around it, and never starting the YouTube channel that I wanted to always start. And from the second perspective, let's think about wasted resources, the energy that we will spend on other things that we will regret. So for me, time, this will be multiple hours lost on social media, dating apps, and being distracted. From the money perspective, potentially thousands of dollars that I could generate online. And leverage is creating audience that builds leverage. I will miss out by failing on my goal. The third one is emotional cost. Here we need to visualize how we will feel if we look back on not achieved goals. So for example, this can be regret, shame, frustration, and here write down your own emotional cost. For me, this will be helplessness, lack of agency over my life, anger, feeling dumb. Finally, we have the final statement. This will be a sentence that we will review daily to get ourselves motivated for work. So for example, we can write something like, in 6 months, I will be in the exact same place, still making excuses and feeling trapped. My anti-vision statement is as follows. If I fail, I will be in the exact same place I was a year ago, feeling like I'm not able to focus, anxious about losing my job, and not having a second stream of income. Unhappy with the lack of progress in my life and that I'm not becoming a better person. You need to write it in a way that when looking at this sentence, not doing the action is more painful than actually doing the action. So we've got two phases left. The fourth one is overcoming resistance. Here we will list out our top forms of resistance that we face. Resistance is what keeps us from achieving the goal, and we will create a strategy to overcome each types of resistance that we identify. So common examples of resistance could be fear of failure or success, self-doubt, for example, I'm not ready yet, comfort, I'll do it tomorrow, I don't know, I'm hungry, distraction, so social media, dating apps, etc. Rationalization, for example, I need the perfect plan first, which keeps us from doing the action. There are more forms of resistance, probably you can self-reflect, but I found this to be the most common ones. So my forms of resistance are comfort, I need to eat, I'm too tired, not being able to design a consistent routine. Second, distractions, phone, dating apps. And third is social obligations. For example, going out with friends, parents, sport events. I found these three resistance types the most common for me. Here in the second step, we need to plan to overcome the resistance. We first identified the common forms of resistance for us. So right now we need to create a strategy how to overcome them. For each resistance, we need to list a clear plan or habit we will use to combat it. So for me first, comfort. The strategy is to create an environment that keeps me accountable. For me, these are daily live streams. I will count my streak to keep the motivation going on. Second is distractions. So the strategy is to work without my phone in my room. I will leave it in the kitchen, and doing meaningful work keeps the distractions away. So the environment that allows me to enter the flow plays a big role here. The third one is social obligations. The strategy is to enter the season of saying no by saying yes to the most important thing, which is work for me. Of course, you can add as many as needed, but I've listed out the three most common ones for me. If you stuck this far, then congrats. We've got something special coming now. So the phase 5 is sprint strategy. During this phase, we plan a focused sprint, for example, 6 weeks or 6 months, where we try to level up and focus on our new identity as much as possible. In the first step, we need to define the start and end date of our sprint. For me, this was the start of this year, and this sprint will take 6 months. So the 1st of July is the last day of the sprint. This is 6 months. The second step here is identifying key objectives. This is the most important part of the process, in my opinion. So first, you need to finish the sentence. This is the season of, for example, growing my social media accounts. And then, based on this sentence, identify the most important objectives that you need to accomplish. Create as many objectives as necessary, but don't create too many to not dilute your focus. This really have to be the most important ones. So here is my answer. This is the season of building products with AI and growing my social media. And there are 3 objectives. So AI journaling assistant Obsidian plugin. The second is daily live streams. And the third one is weekly newsletter. These are the most important things that I want to achieve during this 6-month period. So congrats, we've completed the reset, but to make sure that we stay on track, we need to make daily check-ins to see if we are following the new identity that we've set out to follow. To make sure that we do that, I've created a daily check-in template that you can use also in this Obsidian Vault. So if you click on the calendar, for example, today's date, this will create a daily note in daily check-ins that you can use to stay on track. So here we have our identity statement that we can check if we are following. Then we have anti-vision statement for staying motivated and knowing what will happen if we don't achieve our goals. Then we have non-negotiable traits that we've set out to achieve. And then we have also environment audit and key objectives for the sprint to check if we are following them with our daily actions. Here we can also check if we are having any resistance issues, and also an evening review to score our day and check if everything went as planned in the morning. Congrats! You've just set yourself up for success in 2025. If you've completed this exercise, make sure to hit subscribe button and let me know in the comments so we can keep each other accountable. See you in another video.